Hello, teachers, and welcome to Super Learning at Home. I'm sure you are learning lots and lots of things through the videos which we are posting now. So, Mr. Teacher has another doubt today, okay? He's here and he wants me to tell you and him the structure of a lesson plan. So, a lesson plan is, the roadmap for a teacher. Just like when we have to reach a place, we look at the Google Maps or any map we have in place for that. The same way is lesson plan. Lesson plan is your roadmap to success and mastery in the class, right? So what are those components in a lesson plan which you should follow? So I will share the lesson plan which I learned in my Teach for India days. So I'm going to share that with you. Also, just one thing that every teacher has their own creativity and learning and teaching styles at play when you are delivering something to your kids. So remember that, and you are unique as a teacher. So put that in your lesson plan, put that thing always first in your lesson plan, your creativity, the way you can give things best to your kids. Okay, every teacher will have a different lesson plan in place, but the overall components, or the compartments in the lesson plan should be the way which I am sharing it with you. Okay, this has been, tried and tested over centuries, and it has been constant. The way kids learn, if you do it this way, is like top notch. So let's start with the first component. The first component is, okay, by the way, if you want, you can quickly bring your lesson plan, one of them, right now in front of you. And as and when I keep telling you the components, you can pause the video and just check whether you have the component in place or not. Let's start now. The first component will always be the opening. So the opening ensures that there is a hook in the lesson and the kids get glued to you while you start with the lesson. So if you're starting something regarding character traits, you could do a small activity or energizer which hints on character traits. Okay. And maybe a question, a quiz, a riddle, a puzzle, which lets them get hooked to you. Okay. Sometimes children are hooked to the teacher, but the children should also be hooked to the topic which you're teaching. And that's what happens in the opening. Opening should also have the why we are doing this, what we are doing today. How will it help you in ensuring that the long-term plan or the long-term vision of your class will be met, right? So this is the opening. The next part is the introduction to new material. Okay, this is like a 40-minute class, so it could be like for 12 or 12 minutes. So you can divide all these components in different brackets according to the period you get in the period you get for teaching that objective. So the second one is INM. INM is introduction to new material, where you introduce the new concept. Okay, now how are you going to introduce the concept? Just not just like, you are speaking and you're just sharing what you do about it. No, it should be like right, crisp and clear in the form of steps that the kids are easy to, it's very easy to the kids to implement that in front of you, sitting in front of you. Okay, imagine if you were a kid, how would you love to learn that thing? Okay, and if the teacher gave you very simple steps to follow, wouldn't you follow it as soon as possible? Okay, would you wait for, to go home, mug it up and then try? No, absolutely not. You would right away start learning that and start implementing that, and that's what we all want. Okay, so have very right crisp steps which the kids can follow right there and then. So include that in the form of steps. Second is include why that thing is important for them, why we are doing it again, and how will this objective help them to achieve later objectives. Okay, so for example, if I'm doing addition, I can quickly tell them that with the help of addition, you can do, and I can give them like 10 or 5 reasons, why addition will be helpful. Okay, and which they could relate to. So always remember, now this is the time where you can connect the outer world to your classroom. A classroom is not an island, and the kids have to actually from the classroom go and travel outside and apply these learnings to the outside real world. So do that in INM. Now, when the INM is there, the kids are quiet and you are talking or you are just checking for understanding. Okay. The next part is the guided practice, the GP. Okay. In guided practice, the kids and you are working together on the same steps which you gave in the INM. Okay. Here you are the guide, you are the monitor of the class, you are the person who's going to, clean their doubts. Okay. Clarify their doubts. Okay, This is the time where the kids will be sitting together in pairs or in groups or with you, solving questions or identifying things and working together. They are not scared of making mistakes. They are just getting it right. That's all. Okay. The next part, which is the fourth part, is the independent practice. Now, here, whatever they've learned in the introduction to new material and guided practice, the kids will be following it independently. And they are going to show it to you whether they learned it or not. So this is like a kind of a quick assessment which you're doing in a class. You can call it a formative assessment. And that will be your assessment for the lesson, which you have just done, right? Now here, the kids can still make mistakes and you can clarify. You can sit with the lowest order and, clarify their doubts, or you can, give challenging questions to the highest order. Okay. So a lot can be done and can be achieved during this independent practice period. The last part is a closing. Many teachers give up on closing. They feel that the closing is not necessary, but do not ever think so. A closing is as important as the dessert in the meal. Okay. So without the dessert, the meal feels incomplete, just like the closing. So definitely make it a point to summarize everything what you have done in quick steps, because you've already given it in INM the steps. Okay. You can quickly ask kids also to repeat the steps to you, or you can give the top 3 learnings of the classroom in that day. You can also utilize a small part of closing for giving homework or any other assignment. Okay. So that was it for today. The 5 components of a lesson plan are the opening, the introduction to new material, the guided practice, the independent practice, and the last one is the closing. If you want me to go in detail about each of them, comment below and let me know. And if you like the video, show some love, spread it to other teachers of your school or your community, and let's connect over the comments. Thank you so much for stopping by. I'll see you in that other video. Bye-bye and take care.